Good evening, everyone. Tonight, we're taking a closer look now at urban safety in America today. Specifically, the cities with the highest crime rates currently. Our goal, to provide a clear, data-driven exploration now that empowers you, whether you're a resident, truly visitor, or simply curious about the topic. We'll examine 5 cities in detail, the factors behind their crime rates, of course, and the efforts underway to create safer communities for all. Let's begin this important conversation now, armed with facts, not fear ever. Our journey begins in St. Louis, Missouri, a city steeped in history and known for its iconic architecture. We're going to delve into a complex issue that affects many urban centers, but is particularly pronounced here. Instantly recognizable for the Gateway Arch, a symbol of westward expansion, St. Louis also consistently appears on lists highlighting America's most dangerous cities. This juxtaposition of iconic landmarks and concerning safety statistics paints a picture of a city grappling with significant challenges. The city's violent crime rate, especially homicides, is a serious concern. We're not just talking about petty theft. The data reveals a deeper, more troubling trend. It remains several times the national average, a stark indicator of the issues plaguing certain areas of the city. These numbers aren't just statistics, they represent real lives and real communities affected by violence. This isn't a new trend, it's not a recent spike or a temporary anomaly. It's a persistent challenge, deeply rooted and shaped by decades of economic decline, systemic poverty, and historical inequalities that continue to impact the city today. Understanding this history is crucial to understanding the present situation. Crime is not spread evenly across the city. It's not a uniform problem affecting every neighborhood equally. Most violence is concentrated in specific neighborhoods, particularly in North St. Louis, where historical disinvestment and lack of opportunity have created a breeding ground for crime. While some areas of St. Louis are relatively safe, offering peaceful residential streets and thriving communities, others face the daily realities of violence, where residents live with the constant threat of crime and its devastating consequences. Law enforcement faces immense challenges in addressing this complex issue. This is especially true in building trust with communities that have felt neglected and marginalized for generations, where the relationship between law enforcement and residents is often strained. The easy availability of illegal firearms is a major driver of violence, contributing significantly to the escalation of conflicts. This accessibility escalates conflicts that might otherwise end non-fatally, turning disagreements into tragedies and further fueling the cycle of violence. St. Louis's central location within the United States also makes it a hub for drug trafficking, a factor that exacerbates the existing problems. This fuels turf wars and violent crime, as different groups compete for control of the lucrative drug trade, further destabilizing already vulnerable communities. The human toll is immense. Families and communities are left to grieve the loss of loved ones, and the trauma ripples through generations, impacting the mental and emotional well-being of entire communities. High crime rates have a direct impact on property values, making it difficult for residents to build wealth and improve their living conditions. It also deters business investment, leading to fewer job opportunities and negatively impacting the mental health of residents, especially children who are exposed to violence at a young age. In response to these challenges, community-led violence interruption programs are emerging, working to de-escalate conflicts and prevent violence before it occurs. Alongside strategic policing efforts, these initiatives are underway, aiming to build stronger relationships between law enforcement and the community. But progress is slow and requires sustained commitment. For visitors to St. Louis, understanding which neighborhoods to avoid and taking necessary precautions is crucial for ensuring personal safety. St. Louis is undeniably a city of contrasts, a place where beauty and struggle coexist. It's a city that is vibrant and thriving in some areas, while deeply challenged and struggling in others. Therefore, awareness of the local context and a mindful approach are key to navigating its complexities and appreciating all that St. Louis has to offer. The story of St. Louis is not just about crime statistics and challenges, it's much more than that. It's a story about resilience, community strength, and the ongoing fight for safer streets. A fight that is being waged by dedicated individuals and organizations determined to create a better future for all residents. Next, Detroit, Michigan, the Motor City. Once a symbol of American industry, Detroit's decline led to high crime and a reputation for danger. While downtown revitalization has brought hope, The city's violent crime rate remains among the nation's highest. Aggravated assaults and robberies are common, especially in neighborhoods hit hardest by economic collapse. The loss of auto industry jobs triggered population decline, eroding the tax base and leaving public services underfunded. Abandoned homes and blight created environments where crime could thrive. Poverty and lack of opportunity, especially in communities of color, are at the core of Detroit's challenges. The city is fighting back. Initiatives like Project Green Light use technology to reduce crime, and grassroots organizations are reclaiming neighborhoods. Still, Detroit's vast size stretches police resources thin, and response times can be slow. Downtown and Midtown are generally safe, but venturing beyond without local knowledge can be risky. Detroit's story is one of resilience and reinvention, but the struggle for safety continues. The statistics are a reminder of the work ahead. Progress is real, but the challenges remain deeply rooted. Now, we turn our attention to Baltimore, Maryland, a major city on the East Coast, steeped in history and brimming with cultural significance. Baltimore is a city with a rich history, a tapestry woven from threads of maritime trade, industrial innovation, and pivotal moments in American history. From its iconic inner harbor to its charming historic neighborhoods, Baltimore holds a unique place in the American landscape. However, beneath the surface of its historical charm lies a tragic reputation for violence, a shadow that has loomed large over the city for far too long. Baltimore's homicide rate is among the highest in the country, a grim statistic that paints a stark picture of the challenges the city faces. It's a reality that demands attention and a commitment to change. With over 300 murders annually in recent years, the numbers tell a story of lives lost, families shattered, and communities traumatized. Each data point represents a profound human tragedy. Violence is concentrated in specific neighborhoods, creating pockets of despair and fear within the larger urban landscape. These are areas where residents often feel trapped and forgotten. This violence is often linked to the drug trade and gang activity, creating a complex web of interconnected issues that fuel the cycle of crime. The illegal drug market preys on vulnerable populations, exacerbating existing problems. Decades of segregation and economic disinvestment have left deep scars on the city, creating communities plagued by poverty and limited opportunity. These are areas where hope struggles to take root and where residents face systemic barriers to success. The relationship between residents and police is strained, marked by a history of mistrust and allegations of misconduct. This tension is especially acute after high-profile incidents and federal investigations that have exposed deep-seated problems within the police department. The need for reform and accountability is undeniable. This mistrust makes it harder to solve crimes and break cycles of violence, as residents are often reluctant to cooperate with law enforcement. Building trust is essential to creating safer communities. Recognizing the complexity of the problem, Baltimore is responding with a public health approach. Programs like Safe Streets employ violence interrupters, individuals with credibility in the community who work to de-escalate conflicts and prevent retaliatory violence. These dedicated individuals mediate conflicts before they escalate, offering an alternative to violence and promoting peaceful resolutions. Investments in job training, addiction treatment, and youth support are also underway, aimed at addressing the root causes of crime and providing pathways to opportunity. Tourist areas like the Inner Harbor and Fells Point are generally safe, offering visitors a glimpse of Baltimore's charm and attractions. However, it's important to acknowledge that high-crime neighborhoods are often nearby, a stark reminder of the disparities that exist within the city. The challenge is to expand these safe zones citywide, creating a more equitable and secure environment for all residents. Baltimore's high homicide rate reflects deeper systemic issues, including poverty, inequality, and a lack of opportunity in certain communities. But despite these challenges, the community's determination to create change is strong, fueled by a deep love for the city and a desire for a better future. Understanding Baltimore means seeing both the crisis and the resilience, acknowledging the pain while also recognizing the unwavering spirit of its people. The path forward is difficult, requiring sustained effort and collaboration, but hope persists, driven by the belief that Baltimore can overcome its challenges and build a brighter future for all. We head south to Memphis, Tennessee, a city steeped in history and brimming with cultural significance. From its iconic music scene to its pivotal role in the civil rights movement, Memphis holds a unique place in the American narrative. A city of music, culture, where the soulful sounds of blues and rock and roll echo through the streets, drawing visitors from around the globe to experience its vibrant atmosphere. Beale Street, the heart of Memphis's musical heritage, pulsates with energy, offering a taste of the city's rich artistic legacy and persistent crime challenges. However, beneath the surface of its cultural allure lies a stark reality. Memphis grapples with significant crime rates that impact the lives of its residents and shape the city's identity. Memphis faces high rates of both violent and property crime, creating an environment of unease and demanding urgent attention. The statistics paint a concerning picture, highlighting the need for comprehensive strategies to address the root causes of crime and enhance public safety. With aggravated assault and robbery especially prevalent, posing a direct threat to the well-being of individuals and communities, these types of offenses contribute to a sense of vulnerability and erode the quality of life for many Memphians. Crime is concentrated in certain neighborhoods, creating disparities in safety and security across the city. These areas often face a complex web of challenges, including poverty, lack of opportunity, and inadequate resources. Particularly North and South Memphis, where residents experience disproportionately high levels of criminal activity. Understanding the specific dynamics within these neighborhoods is crucial for developing targeted interventions and fostering positive change. Poverty is a key factor driving crime rates in Memphis, creating a cycle of disadvantage and desperation. The lack of economic opportunity and access to essential resources can push individuals towards criminal activity as a means of survival. Memphis has one of the highest poverty rates among large U.S. cities, exacerbating social inequalities and contributing to the city's crime problem. Addressing poverty requires a multifaceted approach that includes job creation, affordable housing, and access to education and healthcare, disproportionately affecting African American communities who have historically faced systemic barriers to economic advancement and social mobility. Recognizing and addressing these historical injustices is essential for creating a more equitable and just society. Youth violence is a major concern, demanding proactive measures to prevent young people from becoming involved in criminal activity. Investing in youth development programs and creating opportunities for positive engagement can help steer young people away from a life of crime, highlighting the need for better schools and mentorship programs that provide guidance, support, and positive role models for at-risk youth. Education and mentorship can empower young people to make informed choices and pursue their dreams. The Memphis Police Department uses targeted patrols and community policing, aiming to build relationships with residents and address crime hotspots effectively. Community policing emphasizes collaboration between law enforcement and the community to identify and solve problems, but struggles with recruitment and retention, posing challenges to maintaining adequate police presence and ensuring effective law enforcement. Addressing these staffing shortages is crucial for improving public safety and reducing crime rates. As a major logistics hub, with a vast network of transportation infrastructure, Memphis plays a critical role in the movement of goods and services across the country. Memphis is also a crossroads for drug trafficking, making it a transit point for illegal substances flowing throughout the region. The city's strategic location and extensive transportation network make it vulnerable to drug-related crime, fueling local violence and contributing to the overall crime rate. The drug trade often leads to turf wars, gang violence, and other forms of criminal activity that destabilize communities. Tourist areas like Beale Street and Graceland, magnets for visitors seeking to experience Memphis's unique charm, are heavily policed and generally safe, providing a secure environment for visitors to enjoy the city's attractions. The increased police presence helps deter crime and ensures the safety of tourists. But car break-ins are common, posing a nuisance for tourists and residents alike. Taking precautions to secure vehicles and belongings can help prevent these types of incidents. Visitors should stay in well-trafficked areas and be aware of their surroundings to minimize the risk of becoming a victim of crime and secure their belongings, taking simple steps to protect themselves from theft and other petty crimes. Exploring outside main tourist zones offers a glimpse into the authentic Memphis experience, requires careful planning and local knowledge to ensure safety and avoid potentially dangerous situations. Memphis's cultural legacy, a testament to its rich history and vibrant artistic scene, exists alongside serious public safety challenges, creating a complex and often contradictory reality for the city and its residents. Addressing crime here means tackling poverty, investing in community development, and creating opportunities for economic advancement, supporting youth, providing access to education and mentorship, and building trust between police and community through collaborative initiatives. The fight for a safer Memphis is ongoing, requiring a sustained and collective effort from all stakeholders to create a more secure and prosperous future for the city. Our final city is Cleveland, Ohio, on the shores of Lake Erie. Despite cultural attractions and revitalization, Cleveland struggles with high violent crime rates, especially aggravated assault and robbery. The decline of manufacturing led to concentrated poverty, particularly on the east side. Dilapidated housing, under-resourced schools, and limited job access create environments where crime can take root. The Cleveland police have faced federal oversight and are working to rebuild community trust. Mistrust between police and residents makes solving crimes difficult and perpetuates violence. The city is investing in violence prevention and economic development, especially in neglected neighborhoods. Downtown University Circle and areas like Tremont are generally safe and vibrant for visitors. However, the contrast with struggling neighborhoods is stark, and venturing into unfamiliar areas is not advised. Cleveland's story is one of resilience and potential, but also of deep scars from industrial decline. The high crime rate is a reminder that building a safe, equitable city is ongoing work. For residents and visitors alike, awareness and caution are essential. Cleveland is fighting to redefine itself, but challenges remain. Tonight we've seen the realities of urban safety in St. Louis, Detroit, Baltimore, Memphis, and Cleveland. These statistics reflect complex issues, not the full story of these cities. Millions live, work, and visit safely every day. These are vibrant communities striving for a better future. Our aim is to encourage informed, not fearful travel. Awareness and preparation are your best tools for safety. Thank you for joining us. Stay informed, stay aware, and travel smart.